The moment my wife went into labor was supposed to be the happiest of my life. I had been by her side through every doctor's appointment, indulged her late-night cravings, and supported her through the emotional storms that pregnancy often brings. As we rushed to the hospital, I gripped her hand tightly, my heart racing with anticipation at the thought of finally meeting our child. To me, this baby was a living embodiment of our love, the future we had imagined together. In the delivery room, she endured the relentless pain of labor, sweat and tears streaking her face. I was consumed by a mixture of deep love and intense worry. I whispered words of encouragement, gently wiped her forehead, and assured her everything would be fine. I thought this was our moment, the beginning of our family's journey. When the first sharp cry of our newborn pierced the air, tears welled in my eyes. The doctor placed our child in her arms first, then handed the tiny bundle to me. As I gazed at the delicate face, I was flooded with emotion, but almost immediately, a nagging sense of unease crept in. The baby didn't look like me at all. I tried to dismiss the doubt, reminding myself that newborns often change as they grow, but the feeling lingered, gnawing at my mind. A nurse approached to check on the baby, giving me a peculiar look I couldn't quite interpret. Then, in a quiet voice, she asked if I could step outside for a moment. My wife remained absorbed, cradling the baby with a gentle smile. Hesitant, I followed the nurse, and that's when my world shattered. With calm precision, she explained that the baby's blood type was incompatible with mine, making it biologically impossible for me to be the father. My chest tightened, as if the ground had been ripped from beneath me. I begged her to repeat herself, hoping I had misunderstood, but her words were deliberate, clear, and compassionate. This child was not mine. I stumbled back into the room, eyes stinging with unshed tears. My wife looked up pale, as if she already knew what I had just learned. She tried to speak, but I cut her off. Who is the father? I demanded. At first, she dodged the question, insisting I must be mistaken and that the nurse had been wrong. But I wasn't fooled. Pressed further, her composure faltered. In a soft, trembling voice, she admitted to having an affair during the pregnancy. My heart shattered completely at that confession. She revealed that she had hoped I would believe the baby was mine, trusting that my love would blind me to the truth. I looked down at the tiny, innocent child, so vulnerable, so pure, and my anger shifted. The betrayal belonged to her, not to the baby. Still, the room felt suffocating. I gently returned the infant to her arms and whispered that I needed time alone. Leaving that hospital room was the most painful step I had ever taken. I had arrived as a husband eager to embrace fatherhood and a new chapter in life, but I walked away feeling like a stranger in my own existence, weighed down by treachery. The following days blurred into a haze of sorrow. She reached out, trying to justify her actions, claiming it was a mistake and insisting she still loved me, but her words poisoned rather than healed. The love I had carried for her was buried under layers of deceit. Eventually, I began the divorce process. It was grueling. Many nights I lay awake, wrestled with whether I could forgive her, whether I should stay for the child despite knowing he wasn't mine. Ultimately, I understood that a life built on lies was unsustainable. I deserved truth, not deception. Now, piece by piece, I am rebuilding myself. The pain lingers, but so does a hard-earned clarity. I learned that sometimes truth doesn't come from the one you love. It comes from a compassionate stranger willing to speak it. The nurse's kind, steady gaze as she delivered that crushing news remains etched in my memory. It was the moment my life unraveled. Though I lost a family I believed was mine, I freed myself from a future built on falsehoods.